and welcome to the latest video on the channel. Today we'll be talking about Resident Evil. Welcome to Raccoon City. Now, if you are wondering why are we doing this 2 days before this movie is officially out, that's because early screenings are already happening and there are people who already saw this movie, so we'll be hearing their thoughts. Now, there are no spoilers in this video, don't worry, I won't be spoiling anything. These are just brief, few sentences long reviews, more thoughts than reviews. We won't go about anything in depth, so don't worry about it. So, without any further ado, let's dig in. Eric Eisenberger, for example, posted on Twitter, and I will quote this directly now. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is oof. Was hoping for something different and better than the other movies, but instead it's boring and looks like it was made with a $50 budget. Start lowering your expectations now, and you may like it more than I did, but I doubt it. Okay, so Eric does not seem to like this movie, at all. This is a very negative review and thought process in general. He is not that happy about what he saw. It looks cheap, it looks bad, and it's boring, which may be worst negative aspect of it all. Like, if something is boring, that's really hard to bypass, you know. When something looks cheap and it is not boring, that's good. I mean it's not good, but it can be the movie can still be enjoyable if it is fun but cheap. But if it is boring, that's really hard to bypass. So the first thoughts and first, let's call it review, is a negative one, but down below we will have more positives. So yeah, for example, Sean OConnell, and if I get any of these names wrong, just forgive me, I apologize in advance. Sean OConnell thinks, and once again I will quote, "If you played Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City was made for you. There were moments in the movie where I felt like I was standing in the game. Director Johannes Roberts is a rabid fan. The rest of the movie moves slow, but Kaya Scodelario continues to kick ass." Now, this review, while when you first read, once again, it's not a proper review, it's just a thought process, you know. But when you see it for the first time, it might sound positive, it might sound good. But you know, whenever I hear people say that if you enjoyed the games, then you will like it. Because a good movie should be able to stand on its own. I mean, yeah, we, fans of Resident Evil, will be able to find Easter eggs and little details, and we will understand everything better because we have the previous knowledge about the games and all of that. But you know, whenever people say that you need to have that knowledge in order to like the movie, I don't know how good that is. But at least, judging by Sean's words, we as fans of Resident Evil franchise, video game franchise, will be able to enjoy the movies, and that's something I like to hear. I would rather he say that we can enjoy it than the other way around. So let's not call this a positive, but it's definitely not a negative. So yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. So we have a little bit of mixed reviews. Okay, Rama's screen says, and once again I will quote, "Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City wasn't all that bad. Too slow of a build-up though, and it felt incomplete. But it's nice the focus moved away from Alice and onto the other fan favorite characters." Okay, once again, it sounds like something good, but when you think about it, it's really not all that good. I mean, it wasn't all that bad is not a great compliment. It's like saying to somebody, you are not that ugly, or you are not that stupid. I mean, it's really not that good of a compliment. Okay, it got a slow build-up, judging by what he's saying, Slow build up is an individual thing, you know, because Alien has a slow build up as well, and that's what the movie is known for primarily. That's what made it good. That slow burner of the first part of the movie, and knowing that Resident Evil is a horror movie, slow build up might actually be a great thing. So, like, this for me is not a negative. Slow build up in a horror movie like Resident Evil that should be intense is not a bad thing. Like, the games are just like that as well. So yeah. And the other part where he says that Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is incomplete, now that's something worrisome. Because if you remember in my previous videos, I spoke how Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City just seems to be tackling too many things. Like it's all over the place. It has story from Resident Evil 1, from Resident Evil 2, from Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, from Code Veronica. It's all over the place, and it's tackling a lot of plot lines, and it's trying to do a lot of things at the same time. So I think this is where this feeling of being incomplete comes from. And later on he says, but it's nice the focus moved away from Alice and onto the other fan favorite characters. I don't know what to say about this, except that I'm also very happy that the focus is not on Alice anymore, because that was just horrible. I mean, it was not a Resident Evil movie. Like, maybe the first two, like, maybe, but just maybe, but later on, like, that had nothing to do with Resident Evil, except the name in the title. So we are moving on to the next tweet. Killer Horror Critic from Outer Space. That's a nice name if you like know what the outer space stands from. But like, I'm sorry, I'm going away from our topic. And once again, of course, as you are probably guessing, I will quote: Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is a good time. The script is underwhelming, to say the least, but it has a great 90s action horror camp vibe to it. Loads of gore and tons of fun references for the fans. Far from perfect, but I enjoyed it. Okay, now, once again, it's a mixed bag. You know, so our reviews are ranging from all bad to good and bad, so it's all mixed for now. It seems that people enjoy action, but the story and plot in general is just bad. And you know, that's what we were afraid of in our reactions to the trailers, because the script is underwhelming, says this critic. And yeah, like, that's not a surprise at all. Like, I'm not surprised at saying this. I mean, because like, we were saying, like, I think I made 3 videos about Resident Evil Welcome to the Raccoon City already, and in all 3 of those videos I was saying how the story is all over the place. Maybe I'm getting a little bit boring with that, but you see now when reviews are coming out that the story and the script seems to be weakest part in all of this. So yeah, we will have to see about that, but I'm afraid that we will be there for the action and video game references and not the story. Okay, in later part of his tweet, he says, or she says, that it has great 90s action, horror campy action, lots of gore, and tons of fun references. So I'm happy there is that blasting action of the 90s and gore, because you need gore in Resident Evil. I mean, that's what you get. Like, when you start the game, it warns you about violence and gore. So knowing that the movie has that as well in big amounts is something I'm really happy about. So from that we move to the latest tweet I will talk about, and this one is coming from Sean Keen. So once again, you are guessing it. Yeah, it's a quote. Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is exactly what I needed it to be. capturing the early game's spirit. It tries to squeeze too much in. Hannah John Kamen's Jill is underused, but it's a silly adventure I will visit regularly. Okay, so this is a little bit different, but once again, the story is there. I mean, that, you know, that part that says that story is meh, like it tries, like I will quote once again, it tries to squeeze too much in, and that Jill's character is underused. So yeah, this is another thing we were pointing out. Like, I'm not sure, like, is Nemesis going to be in this movie? Because we are having Jill in Raccoon City without Nemesis. That's a massive cut, because Nemesis is so important in this franchise, and he's so important to Jill as a character, and to developments that took place in Raccoon City. So yeah, once again, it seems that it seems definitely that story will be the worst part of this movie. But you know, it seems that we will be having fun with the action and adventuring. So yeah, that is that. Now, guys and gals, if you enjoyed the video, press the like button. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button, so you don't miss anything new. You know, Resident Evil is my favorite franchise, so you will definitely be having more Resident Evil related content on this channel. In the comment section, tell me what you think about early reviews, early screenings. What do you think about Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, judging by the trailers and featurettes and everything, every bit of news we had. So, until the next video, stay in good health, and I will see you then. I am Mikey, and you are awesome. Bye.